you know? See, here's the thing. In order for you to protect your borders, in order for you to protect your borders, you got to be able to fight other people. A matriarchy would have to have males. You have to have males at least on the border. The problem is you need those males to be big and strong to fight other males across. You kind of stuck because if you don't grow the males big and strong, which matriarchal societies typically keep males in some form of weakness, right? So you feel now? See, this is the problem. See, you neurotypical people, y'all don't hold space for nuance. Y'all don't hold. It's either this or that for y'all. It's either this or that for y'all. Y'all don't allow people to be dynamic. If you show up, if you show up with a baseball cap one day, oh, that's a stud. But then the next day when you show up with makeup, now they confused. Why can't a person just be both and dynamic? I'm a dynamic person. I'm not film. I'm not stud. I'm Princella. And some days I don't feel like wearing shit like this. Some days I just don't feel like looking like this. Some days I do. Some days I feel like a nut. Sometimes we don't. Almond Joy got nuts. Mounds don't. Who say you can't have both? Right? Right? I see, the average person is used to a motherfucker that don't have no personality and just show up one way, right? I'm not the average person. You can't put me in a box like you put everybody else in a box. I don't fit in nobody's boxes. I don't fit in nobody's boxes, right? I don't dress to impress other people. I don't dress to catch attention, right? I dress because this I feel like dressing certain ways, right? And none of it is an indicator of what gender I like. None of it is an indicator about really anything, right? When did society get so linear? Society been linear. Society, people, for the most part, people ain't never been able, for the most part, not all parts, but for the most part, people ain't never been able to hold space for more than one thing. The average person is easily confused. The average person, their mind will shut down if they can't put something in the box and put a label on it. They just don't understand how to live like that. Right? Thank you. Thank you. What am I missing in life? I'm almost 40. I ain't missing nothing. I'm happy in life. I feel extremely fulfilled. I got everything that I could want. I got business relationships. I got a wonderful personality that attracts anything that I need in my life. I got a great family, right? I got great community. I got great credit score. I got money in the bank. I got a purpose. I got great health. I ain't missing nothing. I'm pretty wealthy, if I must say so myself. Right? I don't have no drama in my life. I don't have nothing to complain about. You should have kids. I got a child. Why you think I gotta have some kids? What if I don't want kids? But I got a kid, right? Yeah. I got everything that I want. I got everything that I want in life. I can't, I don't have nothing to complain about. 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 I don't Do you forgive people who had intentions on destroying you? Yeah. Right? Because those people don't know better. Those people don't know better. They ain't doing nothing but what the works of nature got them doing. Right? Most people who attempted to try to destroy me, they ain't got nothing going for themselves. Look at the people talking. Look at the people talking. They don't have nothing going for themselves. I'm still moving up. I'm still doing things. You can always tell. You could tell the jealous people. Because after what do? They don't do nothing. Right? Am I happy to be a mother? I am a mother. Right? I'm happy being who I am. I'm happy that I'm able to impart my wisdom upon a child. But did I plan to sit up here and say, I wish I would be a mother? No, I didn't. But since I am a mother, I'm going to do the best. I'm going to be the best mother that I can be. Right? My idea of a wonderful life is not doing typical biological things. Some people's greatest aspiration is to have a kid. I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't attend baby showers. I don't attend. I'm not congratulating you for laying on your back and birthing a kid. Roaches can have babies. Rats can have babies. Like, if your greatest achievement is laying on your back and popping out a kid, do you know how much work it takes to develop a soul? Do you know how much work it takes to develop a soul? Most people ain't doing nothing but welcoming a soul into hell, right? I don't think it's nothing to congratulate people about. It takes a lot to develop yourself and to develop another child, another person. So, right. Right. I'm about, for me, I'm about elevation. I'm about elevation. The world is wicked. It's a wicked, evil place. It's a world full of undeveloped people who are driven by sex and codependency, sex and territory, screwing and fighting. I don't think it's a great thing to bring children into a world of uncultivated people and scarcity and violence. I don't see what's so wonderful about that. People get into relationships and then say, fuck them kids. You have children and then you say, fuck them kids. You have children and then turn around and say, my children would never come before my man. You don't care about the kids. It's just some stuff to do. People just do stuff. And so, no, I don't think that the greatest achievement that a person can have is laying on their back and popping out kids. I don't believe that. What you gonna do for the kid once you bring them here? Most black folks they don't have no financial knowledge. They ain't got no financial knowledge. They don't pass their kids down, nothing. Can't wait till they turn 18. So you 18, so you grown, go ahead and get out of my house. Oh, now you here? You're going to have to start paying and helping me around the house. You're going to have to start funding some stuff. Why are you having kids if you can't even give them nothing to set them ahead? Do you think non-binary people are people who refuse to accept their nature? No. No, I think non-binary people are slightly confused on terminology. I think non-binary people are slightly confused on terminology. I don't think anything is wrong with non-binary people. I think they are confused on terminology. What do I mean? There is no such thing as non-binary. Okay. Non-binary, you can't be non-binary because everything in this life is based on poles. Masculine and feminine poles, negative and positive poles. So all you have is polarity, which is binary, on and off. Okay. Now, there is something called multidimensional. And I believe non-binary people are trying to express multidimensionality as opposed to non-binary. They're trying to express multidimensionality and not necessarily non-binary. What do I mean? Well, humans are multidimensional creatures. And what do I mean by multidimensional? Okay, multidimensional. You are, as a human, made up of body, mind, and soul. That is a three-dimensional human being, not a one-dimensional human being. You are made up of body, mind, and soul. What you don't understand is that your body has polarity, your mind has polarity, and your soul has polarity. Now, you can be in a feminine vessel and be more masculine dominant in the mind. What do I mean? In the physical body, you have a brain, and your brain has two hemispheres. It has a left hemisphere and it has a right hemisphere. Your left hemisphere is your masculine side of the brain. Your right hemisphere is the feminine side of the brain. A female can definitely be more left-brained as opposed to right-brained. If you are more left-brained, which is more logical and direct thinking patterns, you would be more masculine dominant in the brain. So the body, you can be in a feminine vessel, but have a more masculine dominant personality. You can have a more masculine dominant soul. So what non-binary people are trying to express is that they are not one-dimensional creatures. And most humans are not one-dimensional. The problem is the average human is afraid to tap into the other dimensions of themselves, right? Okay? Most people are afraid to tap into other dimensions of themselves. Me, I'm not afraid to tap into my other dimensions. I own my dimensions. I will not allow a person to trap me in a box just because I'm in a female vessel. You can't tell me just because I'm in a female vessel that I have to think a certain way, speak a certain way, move a certain way, dress a certain way, and look a certain way to appease you. No, I have a mind. I have a soul that is also a part of my makeup. And I'm allowed to express the entirety of me, even if it makes you uncomfortable. Right? So I don't believe in non-binary. There's no such thing as non-binary because everything has a binary. You ready? Or almost ready? You ready? Almost ready? Okay. Okay. All right. So hopefully that clears that up. And maybe later on I will do a little short class. So multi-binary, yeah, you could say that. You could say multi-binary, but it's more appropriate, it's more apropos to say multidimensional because no matter what, everything is a binary. Everything has a binary, even the language that you speak. All words have a binary. Every word that you use has a polar opposite. And this is the reason why I'm so adamant about you understanding that there is a difference between a relationship and a partnership. That is a binary. Those words represent a binary. There is a real spiritual difference between a relationship and a partnership. And if you don't understand that, you will evoke a spirit upon your life that you don't want. Every word that you use has a binary. Your body is binary. Your mind is binary. Your soul is binary. So you have to understand the multi dimensions of your existence as a human being. The only part of that existence that everybody seems to acknowledge is just the body, because they don't have the ability to access the mind's eye. They can only use their physical eyes. So the average person who relies on their physical eyes, they don't understand a lot of shit. They don't understand a lot of stuff because most things exist outside of the perceptual range of the physical eye, right? So it's just an unfortunate reality, but you have to learn that. You have to learn that. Let me see, where is my wallet? Anybody got any questions about that? Does that make sense? Is that something for you? Is that something that you may be interested in thinking about? I think you might want to think about it. Put a little bit of brain power in it. Oh, don't try to learn me. Learn yourself. Don't worry about me. Learn yourself. That's the most important person whom you need to learn is yourself. Right? Because in reality, nobody exists in your world except for you. You're the only one that exists in your world. Like I say, there's a difference between relationships and partnerships. You need a partnership to build a family. You only need a relationship to get pregnant. You just need a temporary relationship, a 5-minute relationship to have a baby, right? The average person does not have the mental capital to build a family. Here's the thing. Y'all don't know the first thing about building. Can you tell me the first thing about building anything? Everybody always talk about building stuff, but nobody actually understands building. Can you tell me the first thing? It ain't even a foundation. It ain't even a plan. It ain't even a plan. Do you know the first thing that you got to do? Baby, you need to get somebody to survey the land. You need to call somebody to survey the land to see if it's even something that you can build on. You got to survey the land to see if it's even something you can build on. Y'all don't even survey people. You don't even survey people. Y'all just out here screwing, humping, and pumping. And then you go get some land that's quicksand and then act like you finna build some shit on it. Y'all don't even know the first thing to build it, but y'all always talking about building some shit. Most all y'all want to do is y'all want a long-term fuck buddy. That's what you want. You don't want to build a goddamn thing. You want a long-term fuck buddy. Y'all don't even know how to survey people. All you do is look at them. Oh yeah, that look good. Yeah, that's the land I want. Let me tell you something. I flipped real estate contracts, right? When I tell you I done had my hand in a lot of shit. I have learned a lot of things. My whole life has been studying. So when I had my child and I had to stop working, I taught myself how to I taught myself how to wholesale real estate contracts. And I sat down for like 17 hours a day for a whole month. Within the first week of me hitting the ground, flipping, doing the foreclosure list, I popped a $10,000 contract. And then I would go to the auctions. And I learned real quick that you got to make sure that you know what you're buying. Because these companies, what they will do is they will develop on some land, and then the leftover stuff that they don't want, they'll put it under LLC, and then they'll let it go into foreclosure. So if you go out and bid on some land, what you don't know is you might be building on a sidewalk. You might be building on a sidewalk because sometimes they will leave out sidewalks or whatever, put them under LLC and just throw them away. So you have to know what you're buying. You have to know if you even got land to build on. And if the land is trash and not good and you can't build on it, you done wasted your money. So everybody out here telling me we just need to make families so we can build, baby. You don't know the first thing of building, because if you did, you would be surveying the partners that you get. You would actually be looking if they qualified, if you could actually build something with them. But no, your priority is looks and sex. If it look good, it must be good. So then you buy land that's actually not buildable because you ain't surveyed the shit properly. You can't build on water. You can't build on quicksand, right? You can't do none of that. But guess what? That's the type of land y'all buy and then wonder why your shit fall apart. It's real simple. It's real simple, right? It's real goddamn simple. So, if you want to, if you really want a partnership, I keep telling you, if you really want some solid stuff, man, y'all gotta stop. You have to change your mentality. The way y'all approach life is all wrong. I hate to tell you that. But the way you approach life, the way you see the world is all wrong. That's why you have so many problems. Y'all build y'all life on quicksand. Sex is quicksand. Looks is quicksand. I'll get with Jasmine to make sure that she can fix that. I'll let her know. Yep. But I will show back up here a little bit later. Let me finish getting ready. We finna get ready to get out of here. Okay? All right. I will see y'all.
A stain to society, so you get told, oh, you're talking too much, or what are you talking about? What is that coming out of your mouth? So I recognize that I have been trying to find my own voice. Yes, it can be very harsh in the Caribbean.
Okay, so like I say, what I would tell you is just to really, really focus on yourself and listening to your own voice. And the only way you're gonna hear your own voice is to don't talk to other people about what you think you're supposed to do. Just don't even have this conversation. You need to sit with yourself and listen to your own inner voice. And you need to try different things so that you'll know whether something resonates or not. But the things that you will have to try are based on the based on tidbits that you can pick up in your life path or in your past up until now, and try things and see what resonates with you. But stop talking to people.
Easy. That is easier. That is easier done than you think, because I'm a Virgo and we can cut people off. And I am at that stage where I want to know myself enough to be myself on 100. And I don't think people recognize just how easy it is not to be yourself, because they may see some person like you be themselves, but they may not even know the journey you took to get there.
Correct. It's gonna be a journey. Nobody said it was gonna be easy. You still got to do it though. If you let the journey and the difficulty stop you, then just later in life it's gonna be more difficult when you got to face that regret. Face that regret of not speaking up for yourself. Face the regret of not trying something. Either way, it's gonna hurt.
Correct.
So you got to pick your battles. Just do the work.
Correct.
Just do the work. I don't care how hard it is. Just do it. That's just. And this is coming from somebody who has had to do a lot of difficult things. Life has been very difficult for me, and I've had to always do. I know one thing: if I don't do, I'm gonna regret not doing. So
Mhm.
it may be easier said than done, but it still got to get done.
Agreed. Agreed. And as you talk about that darkness, I can tell persons that when we don't want to admit how that darkness eats at us, that darkness allows you to truly analyze what you are capable of and what you're capable of tolerating. As you were talking about it to the African lady about that darkness within men and relationships and what you're willing to tolerate, I thought of Eva Braun and Bitler and what she was willing to accept as darkness in exchange for love. And as some person who has seen darkness from young in my life, I recognize that when you are willing to accept the darkness in some person else in order to feel connected to some person, how it eats away at your own sense of existence, because you're not existing in your own world. You're existing within a reality that you're shaping that doesn't really have any space for your joy, your happiness, your sense of who you are, nothing like that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, do you have anything? Do you have any closing words?
My closing words would be for those, if you believe that darkness is where you want to live, like that lady from before, you have to be willing to accept that when you go deep into the darkness, you might fall into the abyss. And if you fall into the abyss, who's going to pull you out of it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Sharon, you have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Hello.
Yo,
How you doing?
great. I just took a break. I had to do a little Uber and stuff like that, so I had to cool down. And I probably might have a high energy and high thing, and I'm trying to take my breath. But I think with that lady, let me take my breath. I don't do lives that much, so I take my breath.
No
Hold on
problem.
one second. All
Sorry.
right, one second. So I would say eventually, depending on if you're trying to look for yourself and find yourself, I know I've been on that journey and as well as myself, but realized the more, um, for my journey, I guess I would say the more I ate cleaner and did more cleaner things and did more of the exercises that a lot of even you on your channel and many other people that should, you know, what they call that again, do consultation and do all of this inner work will help them, you know, to bring up the uh, the better person or the greatness in them and stuff like that. Where you know you can't get it from your friend, you can't get it from some doctors, or whichever. But like people like you and many other people, have so many great uh, educational information to help with people to do that inner core, and then from there they can what they would say, start pedaling the bike and start riding again. And I know going down my journey, I always took time to go down that I would say rabbit hole or whichever, to uh, sign up for consultation and do a lot of things. And I was trying to tell the audience too, man, don't skip out on life with that stuff. Like, I mean, of course, you can go get a sandwich or get the latest pair of shoes, or you can get the shirt or pants or whatever. But to invest in your inner health and wellness and mental health is powerful. It's powerful. And when you get to that part, you become unlimited. You become like unstoppable. And then you also, with even with my sometimes I get triggers and I get, you know, triggers and little mental scatters or hit, but then I I go into my this inner other core, and I come fully present with it. Like, hey, no, I'm not finna run from that. No, I'm finna hold on to what I feel and uh, mobilize it, or what I would say like clay, like with clay, just kind of go through the fire. My minister friend would say, "You'll go through the fire, but I promise you, you won't get burned." So let it burn. Let a lot of those things that are uncomfortable be that. So now you will get to a place where you're fully embodying, 10 toes on the ground, embodying what you want to be and who you think you need to be, and everything else, and be
Okay.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Do
so
you have a question?
no, I don't have no question. I was just trying to encourage that lady that was on the line. She's I think she was Jamaican. I'm
Yeah, no. We
Yeah.
answering the prompt. We
Oh,
answering the
oh,
prompt.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Okay. But I appreciate you.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. All right, for sure.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
I just actually had a question about your book that you had showed us earlier on the live. I was gonna ask, would you say it's a book you would recommend for married couples to read together?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
This will help you both.
Okay.
Yes, yes. I think you need I got some people to book a coaching call with me like ASAP, because I think they heard my live the other day, and I think they felt I could really help them, and I can. Married couples absolutely need me, because I can help you. So here's my thing: if I talk to you as an individual, you're probably gonna break up. If I talk to y'all together, y'all might be able to stay together.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yes. Both of
Well,
y'all.
we're still new to it. We're only 2 years in, but yeah, I love your words. You're a wise woman. And I did have another question about like how we were talking about how someone said earlier in the live about like molding people or kind of teaching someone to love you. Yeah, That's not the right that's not the right way to I don't know how to ask the question that I'm
No,
trying
no,
to
no, 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 no. Ask the question the way it's in your mind. Do not try to make it sound pretty. Give it to me raw, and I will pull what I need to pull out of it.
Mm, I don't know, I guess like just like marriage, you know, you're always kind of still growing as an individual and as a couple, and you're still learning yourself and your partner. Um I guess the question would be like what would be a breaking point, or like what would I don't know how to ask it. I don't know how to really ask what I'm trying to
Okay,
ask, I
so
guess.
when is enough enough? At what point will we grow together and overcome these small challenges? Will it ever get better? Will we grow together? Because it's real hard doing it independently and together. At what point would a hardship stop and things are more smooth sailing? And if it don't get smooth sailing, at what point is the breaking point and I should walk away?
Right. Or yeah, I think like I think learning to love somebody and learning their ways, them teaching you. I don't really
No, 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 no,
see.
no, sweetie. You don't teach nobody how to love you. That's not how that goes.
Mm,
Okay.
mhm,
Love is, let me tell y'all something about love. Okay. Everything that you think you know about love is totally incorrect.
mhm.
I want you to know that love is not a concept, okay, that you use to stay in relationships, to keep relationships, to connect with other people. That is not the purpose of love.
Mhm,
Love has one purpose and one purpose only.
mhm.
Love has a purpose of transforming the individual.
Right.
So my book, The Five Components of Love, as you see, what is it called? The Mechanics of Transformation.
Mhm.
This is not a concept that you use
Right.
to teach somebody else about you.
Right. It's what they're willing to
No, no,
basically.
no, 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 no. It ain't about them willing to do shit. It's
Mhm.
about you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's willing what a person's willing to learn for themselves, right? Like, I don't really like that word either, like teaching somebody how to love you. But I do feel like, how do you say it? Like, previous relationships, like one partner's not the same as your next partner, you know? So there's things you have to unlearn from that past relationship moving forward into your new. I don't want to say, I don't think teaching someone the way to love you is the right word, like the right words to use.
Okay. Let's start over. Let's start over. Are
Okay.
you challenging somebody else's point of view, or are you giving me your point of view? Because you're constantly talking about what this
I
other.
think I'm just challenging what the
No,
the
no,
previous
no, no,
girl
no,
we
no,
had
no, no. We are not challenging other people's stuff.
perspectives. Okay.
No.
Okay.
What is your point of view? What is it that you want to know?
Um, Nothing. I guess I was just more interested, I guess, in the book and if it's good for married couples to read.
Yes, it is good for married couples to read, but the question now becomes is why do you think you might need the book for a married couple?
I guess because I'm new to my marriage and I don't. I just want to move the right way and build myself to be a good wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you come out of a relationship prior to this one? What was your last relationship? And the reason why I'm asking you this question is because in your attempt to challenge the other person, you were really revealing a lot of stuff about your situation or mentality as opposed to actually challenging the other person.
Mm.
Grow,
No.
trying to let go of past
Right.
relationship experiences and traumas or whatever, and trying to grow in this new one. I feel like that's more of a dynamic that actually speaks to you or about the situation that you are in.
Right.
I need you to shed light on the transition from the previous relationship into the next one. How long were you in the previous situation? Okay. And how long ago was it from now? You can give me real time data. And how long were you single before you jumped into this one?
Okay. Well, as far as like when I was bringing up the challenging people, I was like just talking about the people that were previously on the live that I was listening to.
No, I got
Um,
it.
but my previous relationship, it was 2 years, and I was single pretty much for those 2 years before I met my partner that I'm with now.
And what kind of work did you do independently
Mhm,
after the relationship and before you met this guy?
mhm. I was like on a self-love journey, kind of learning how to love myself and find out what it is that I want in a partner, how I would like a partner to show up for me, but how I would like to show up as well. Because I feel like it should be kind of like a reflection of you. So I kind of just like I was trying to do the inner work before meeting my partner.
And do you feel like you still need inner work?
Um, mm, I just feel like it's kind of a bigger challenge being a wife. I'm a little just scared like taking that role on. It's not that I'm scared. I just want to do things right. Like I just want my marriage to be successful.
Let me explain something to you.
Hmm.
There's a difference between being yourself, being your authentic self, and playing the role of a wife. You seem to be more interested in playing the role of a wife as opposed to connecting with your true self in alignment with this person. Because these are two different things. Let me tell you,
Go ahead.
all you got to do to be a wife. You don't. It ain't that hard to be a wife. Just shut up, drain his balls, cook, and tolerate. That's all you got to do to be a wife.
Hmm.
You ain't got to do nothing else. Don't worry about your authentic self. Don't worry about none of that stuff. Just drain his balls, cook his meals, kowtow, and tolerate whatever come with that, and you will stay married for a very long time.
Alrighty.
Now, my question to you is that how you want to roll?
I feel like I've been independent for quite some time, so the kind of like you said, like the being quiet is kind of hard for me, or just like letting him take the role, like the lead on things is kind of hard for me sometimes.
But I just want you to understand that that's what come with the role of a wife. My question to you, and I'm just trying to make this clear.
Hmm.
Do you want to play the role of a wife, or do you want to connect to your authentic self? Because these are two different things. Because it sounds like when I said that there was a fear of suppression of your authentic self.
I think it is a little fear because I feel like that's what kind of confuses me. I feel like when you're single, they tell you to learn to love yourself, like do all this stuff to build yourself. And then you go from doing that to now you're in a relationship with a person. Now you got to learn how to kind of make sacrifice or kind of like balance one another out. And it's a little hard to do when you've been by yourself for so long.
Not that hard to do, because let me tell you
Not
something.
that hard. Yeah, I don't want to say hard.
No. Let me explain something to you. Because I was single for a long time, right?
Mhm.
And when you get into relationships, you want to get into relationships with somebody that is like-minded, okay? That is compatible with who you are within yourself. If you do not get people who are in alignment with who you are, and if you are going to have to suppress yourself. And here, I hear that is exactly what you're gonna have to do. And you're battling doing that, because you're gonna have to, if you want to be a wife, let me tell you something. The history of a wife is a domestic servant. That is the history. If you go look up that the wife has never really had a high position. The mistress was higher than the wife. Okay. So you're trying to be a good wife as opposed to trying to be yourself. Now, either your husband is going to like the authentic you, or he's going to like the role that you play. But this role that you're going to have to play is going to suppress the authentic self. So what you do before you get into a relationship is you learn yourself. If you went on a 2-year self-love journey, you should have learned who you are, what your limitations are, and what your capabilities are. And you should not cut into that to be in a relationship. But what it sounds like to me is that you are afraid of carrying this role, because this role for a way to balance yourself, to play this role so that you can appease him. But what about you?
Mhm.
You are looking for a way to get ready to give yourself up
Mm.
for this marriage, for this role, and for this man.
Mm. Okay.
Is that what you want to do, is my question. Because if you want to do that, then go ahead and by all means do that. But if what I just said to you don't sound appealing, then I would implore you to really sit with yourself and actually decide what it is you really want.
Mhm. Well, I guess that's why I was also curious about the book too. Like I was
Yeah.
curious as to like, does it show like what role to play? I think that's the hard part for me.
No, stop playing a role. Let me tell you something.
Right.
You only have roles in acting.
Mhm.
You only play a role in an acting career.
Right.
Do you want to act for the rest of your life?
No.
Because like I said, this is the mechanics of transformation. This is to teach you how to transform yourself to reach your authentic self. This will not teach you how to suppress yourself. This is going to show you why you will naturally suppress yourself, though.
Mhm.
This will show you why you are naturally prone to attempt to suppress yourself.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, that's just the battle I had to figure out. Like, I feel like I shouldn't have to let myself, I should be able to do both roles, I guess.
Yeah, and
Like,
it's
still have my
demanding.
independence and still,
That's what this marriage is demanding that you do. That's why you're asking, and I already picked that up.
mhm.
And you don't want to do that. And so, but you're trying to figure out how to tiptoe and make both things happen, baby. You're gonna have to choose.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to choose, because you'll learn a lot from this book together. But my concept of love is not designed for connection. It's not designed to teach people how to stay in relationships. It's designed to teach you how to evolve.
hmm And
How
I feel like that's where I'm just at. I'm trying to learn how to evolve as a wife, but also I am a
No,
mother.
no. Because if your authentic self is not a wife, you're not going to be a good wife. And you're not going to be good to yourself. And you're not going to be good for your children.
Mm.
You need to stop identifying yourself as a role and start identifying yourself for who you really are on the inside. Because what you're telling me, you are not happy with the idea of cutting yourself down and pushing yourself into this box to lose yourself, to play this role.
Mhm.
You are somebody outside of the role. And if your authentic self is in alignment with the quote unquote role, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if your authentic self is not in alignment with this role you're trying to play, baby, you're going to feel a lot of pain. You're going to feel a lot of misery for going against who you are.
Mhm. Okay.
Because what it sounds like, every time you keep saying to try to be a good wife, it keeps telling me that this role ain't naturally for you.
Mm. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It's just, it came very fast and my baby came very fast. So I'm just learning. That's all. I'm
Listen,
learning.
it's
I'm learning.
it's gonna be hard because because it came so fast and you wasn't prepared for it. And I think you know yourself. You know yourself that you wasn't through trying to figure out who you were. Even in a 2-year process, you know that you were not resolute on who you were and you were not ready.
Mm,
And so now you have to still try to find out who you are in the midst of having a baby and a new marriage.
hmm
And that is the reason why you're asking if the book is going to help you. That is the reason why we are lost for words and not understanding how to actually articulate ourselves, because it's a lot of confusion with a lot of new things happening in an underdeveloped state of the self.
Mm,
I am telling you is this will help you, but you need to look at this.
hmm
You need to look at this the right way. This is not to help you fit into the role of a wife. This
Right.
is to help you reach your authentic self, because when you reach your authentic self, everybody else benefits more.
hmm
You will be happier. Your child will be happier. You will have more to give your child, but you're not going to have nothing to give if you start cutting into yourself, pretending to be something that you're not, trying to play a role, keeping up and draining your energy.
hmm Okay. Yeah. I think that's where we're both at though. Like I don't think like I think we're both happily married. We're in it, but yeah, I think we're just both willing to grow. Like that's why I was like, if it's a good book for both of us to read, because
Yes.
he's also wanting to grow and explore and develop his mindset as well.
You both need to read the book and talk about it. Okay.
Yeah.
You both have to understand this is going to take, this book will take you into the depths of the world around you,
hmm
yourself, and your place in it. It will show you why you struggle in certain areas. You cannot passively read this.
Right.
You have to study this book.
Do homework right.
And y'all have to talk about it.
Right.
You have to discuss it with each other.
hmm
Okay. This is how you grow together.
Right.
You like growing together is literally discussing with each other, studying together, going through the hardships together, right? Because he has to understand the depths of what the constraints of a woman,
Right.
and you have to understand the depths and the constraints of a man.
hmm
And together, you can understand the constraints that are imposed on the relationship,
hmm
because you both are going to have to give each other some space, some freedom.
Right.
Because children are not easy.
Nope.
When you don't know yourself and you're still trying to discover yourself, that ain't easy, right? And now when you're trying to manage a household, that ain't easy either. So there's going to be a lot of intention involved in this.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you just have to understand that the better you are as a person, the better everything is around you. Don't focus on the quote unquote role. Focus on being the true version of yourself, because when you become the true version of yourself, you have more to give and other people benefit. Your child will benefit, the relationship will benefit, the community will benefit when you are in your authentic self. So you just have to understand that's what you're going in for.
Right. Okay. For sure. Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate your time.
You're very welcome. All right. Just go to the link tree and click the pre-order button.
Okay. Thank
All right.
you.
You're welcome. Hello. They out there walking on the streets. Oh,
Everyone out of when the open. I was saying when they was eating, you should have been going out. That don't make no fucking sense. Why are they gonna stay in my room for that? Go clean this damn dishes, bro. I'm still looking my God.
I just thought I would be nosy. I thought I was gonna hear something worth talking about. Just being nosy. I'm still human. I'm nosy too. All right, look. Look, the queue is empty. Okay, the queue is empty now. Does anybody have anything else they want to say? I will do one of my little master classes. I will do one of my master classes maybe later. Okay, maybe later. Probably not tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I should do it later. Before I take my makeup off and stuff, because I think I look pretty cool right now. I might not put it on tomorrow. Wait a minute. No, I might have to put it on tomorrow. I got something else to do tomorrow too. Huh? Um, do you? Oh, we got two more people up here. Oh, Wibba Juice. What's good?
Yo, what's good, P? You know I had to come holler at you. I never get to holler at you. Yo,
What
let me
you
tell
got?
you,
You got me
man.
on the line now. You got me on the hotline bling. Talk
No
to me.
doubt. No doubt. Yo, I'm gonna tell you, man. I really appreciate you. You really don't know how much like I came from really disagreeing with everything that come out your mouth to agreeing with everything that comes out of your mouth. Ain't nobody in my life ever had that type of influence on me. So for that, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I had to ask you a question. The question that I had, if you will allow it, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So this is what I wanted to ask you. That interview with you and Charleston White, when he was telling you about the women and stuff, did he change your mind in some way of the things that he was saying? I can't remember the particular.
No,
Huh?
no, he did not.
You came to a realization on your own, didn't you?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing.
What's up?
Me and Charleston White wasn't talking about women. He brought up women. That entire conversation that we had was about the behavior of males. Charleston White got triggered. So he started defaulting. So here's the thing. If you watch that entire interview from start to finish, what you'll notice is that for the first 46 minutes, no, for the first 36 minutes, Charleston White was agreeing with me 100% of everything that I said.
Hmm.
Charleston White flipped the script when I had to ask him about his grape allegations. When I asked him about his grape allegations, he went berserk. He couldn't defend himself. So then he just started blabbering at the mouth. And at minute 46, he said something that he couldn't take back. First and foremost, he said, well, I tell black men, he said, first of all, he said, that's right. We was made like that. All we know how to do is fucking fight. That's what our nature is, fucking and fighting. So, okay, you already confirmed something I done already said. And he says, I tell all these black men to grape these women. I don't give a fuck about these women. Grape these bitches. Then, yeah. Then he said, I said, so why? So why you telling them to do? He said, I don't give a fuck. He say, I only say this because I know these black men ain't gonna grape no white woman. they will F on a little girl before they grape a white woman. That's what he said. After that, he caught himself, and I doubled down on it because I heard him say that. I doubled down on it, and after that, he wouldn't let me say nothing, and he started talking about the women. He started talking about the women.
Filibuster you. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
yeah. So
Okay, I got it. See,
yeah,
no, go ahead, cause it's crazy how your view can be skewed because you don't seek for more information. You just take what's given to you right there, and then you make what you want to make out of it based off what you see. You know what I'm saying? And that's a really an ignorant way of being. But shoot, I'm gonna tell you myself, everybody was ignorant once upon a time, and I know I was. You know what I'm saying? That's why I thank you so much. Every time I talk to you, I get a chance. You know what I'm saying? And you know why? See, that I had to come to accountability and look in the mirror myself,
yeah.
because I didn't like none of this stuff that you was saying because it was true. I had to come to the realization that everything that you were saying about men was true. Now, it's not for all men, but it could be for most. And I was like, damn. I said, yo, I had to come to the realization, and it was powerful. That's why I'm like, yo, I said, she is the divine feminine. This, yo, I think you are how a woman's supposed to be. What most women are afraid of going to that limit, because I think most women are afraid of ridicule and how other people look at them. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, yo, that's the divine feminine right there. And most men ain't ready for no woman like you.
No, they ain't.
And I could speak for myself. I might look at you and say, ooh, Priscilla, she's banging aesthetically, but for real, I'm not ready for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, because there's a lot of work I gotta do on myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy though. It's crazy. I thank you for explaining that whole situation. Now I gotta go back and dissect.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you gotta look at that, because I'm like, one thing that I honestly say this, one thing that pissed me off to the highest level of pissivity is somebody giving the credit for my intelligence to a nigga like Charleston White. I hate that shit, because that nigga didn't do nothing but confirm everything I fucking said. That nigga didn't teach me shit. And I do not like people giving the credit of my wisdom and intelligence to that nigga.
Mm.
I think it's disrespectful.
It is. It's very disrespectful. But I think Charleston White go to the extreme because he was hurt how the BLK community treated him when he was his self. This character that you see of Charleston White, this is just the extreme version of his self. You know what I'm saying? But because he talk a lot of truth, you know. But then he go to the extreme, and you be like, you want to slap him in the head sometime, and then you want, but.
Hold on, Amaya, y'all, don't y'all sit me on here? Don't. What do we have? Respect in here, right? Hey, come here. Come here. You, come here. Come on here. Point your attention. Y'all see me in here talking. So why are y'all in here doing this?
Chris is supposed to be.
Okay, so why is he not in his cage?
He keep running away.
Okay, why y'all act like y'all can't pick him up? Because I'm about to get ready to put y'all in frontline arrest position in about 2 seconds. Get him and put him in his cage, and y'all go somewhere and act like you got some decorum. Okay.
Handle your business. But yeah, I was like, yo, a lot of stuff that Charleston White say, it is true though. But he goes to the extreme on some things, and like you don't know whether to hug him or smack him upside the head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But to me, like I like a lot of things he say. But
See, he got a
the
thing
other stuff,
too.
I'm like, damn. Yeah, he does.
See, listen, let me tell you something. I'm not being reckless at the mouth just to get attention. I have enough decorum to know what lines to cross and what lines not to cross. This man don't have no bars drawn. the way he talks about children. Like people are willing to let a man get away with anything just because he's a man. That man don't have no boundaries of what he will and will not say. So at the end of the day, when all he got, just like Umar can get caught up doing all kind of wicked stuff, crazy, stupid shit, and then he can come back and uh, say something real, say something intelligent, and everybody just forget all the other shit.
Right, right.
They'll never let a woman live nothing down. She fucked up one time. She burnt her. Nothing she says is that. So with that interview, you got to understand that I didn't go.
So, warm and inviting, man. So I really appreciate you, yo.
I appreciate you too. I appreciate. So let me ask you this question: At what point did your mind change? When did you stop hating everything that I said, and then start agreeing with everything? What was the turning point?
The turning point was I had to look in the mirror. I had to take accountability for everything I did. I had to take accountability for my failed marriage, anything that my kids was going through at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because they was with their mothers and their mothers was doing dirt to them, but society don't let me get them even though they know I'm the better parent. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to get the money out of me at the end of the day. So I was going through a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going through what you talking against that. I know what my reality is. I know I'm going through this stuff with these women. I know these women is hurting me mentally and emotionally. So what is she talking about? You know what I'm saying? But I had to be real on how some of their ways I made them like that, either directly or indirectly. So once I came to that realization and I looked in the mirror long and hard, I saw myself for who I truly was. And when I came to accountability, that's when I revisit your stuff and then saw you and revisit the way that you thought at the time and what I know right now to be it. And I was like, yo, she was word this whole time. And I was like, I was tripping. That's why I ain't approach you with no rah-rah stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm not going to say I'm healed, but I'm in a damn sure better place than I was, back then. Now I got custody of both of my girls. You know what I'm saying? They both in school, got their scholarships and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they doing great, man. And I'm chilling. I just retired from the military, so I'm floating on the cloud right now, man. For real.
That's beautiful. I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that.
Yep. So I appreciate that, man. Like I said, man, as long as you keep on doing your thing, I'm gonna keep on supporting you. No doubt, man.
Yes,
Cause
indeed.
ain't that many sisters out here trying to take accountability or trying to spread some positive spins on anything. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff out there is negative, so it's a breath of fresh air, definitely.
Yeah. See, trust me, it's a difference between existing and living. When you get on the side of life, everything is all good, right? And once you get on the side of life, you ain't taking shit personally because see, you only take things personally when you have a vested interest in things and when you identify with the group. But once you find your individuality and you no longer identify with the group and you can take accountability to evolve yourself beyond the group, you ain't offended no more. And then everything is freeing, right? People who are broken and they in this cesspool, the truth hurts. The truth hurt them. I find solace in the truth. But people live behind the shadows, they live behind a mask, and they can't be their authentic self. The truth burns them because the truth is the light. And demons don't like the light shown on them. They burn.
Yep. Yep.
Men, when I was talking about men, I was a misandrist. Then when I started talking about the women, I was a misogynist. But here's the thing that people don't know. I was talking about women before I talked about men. It's people that have been following me since 2015. Because I've been doing this for a long time. You can look me up right now and you can see me on the news in 2019. See, I didn't get on YouTube until 2021. You can find me in 2019 on the news talking about the angry black woman. See, I've been talking about both genders. Y'all just catch me when I'm talking about a specific group right now. But I've always talked about women. I talked about women first. Then I talked about men. I talked about women. And then y'all saw me talking about men. And I'm talking about women. And now I'm just talking about all of y'all as a damn group together now.
We only see what they want us to see.
Right.
And we're only going to see what we want to see.
Yep.
It's up to the individual to dig deeper to really get the truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I had to figure out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I ain't never been on no bias stuff. It's just that depending on the time, I'm focused on one part of the equation because at the end of the day, everything that you see in life was created by both males and females interacting with each other. So every problem that you got in life boils down to male and female interactions. Like your parents, male and female. Your kids, male and female. And your girlfriend, male and female. People in politics, male and female. Everywhere you go, it's males and females everywhere. So if we really want to figure out the problem of society, dig down into male and female. This is that's why you end up hearing the conversation on male and female, because they the creators of all this shit that we got, all the problems in the world.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it. And it's a majority on both sides. It's a majority on both sides. So it's not much of like the woman is telling the truth when they say ain't that many good men out here, and the man is telling the truth, ain't that many good women out here. Yeah.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
mirrors. They're just mirrors to each other. That's why I say everything that men say about women is 100% true. But everything that women say about men is 100% true. The problem is y'all ass can't see yourself. That's it.
Yep.
The man can't see his goddamn self, and the woman can't see her goddamn self. And I'm just here
Yep.
to make you both see yourself as a third party with a just, balanced, and righteous conclusion. Right? I'm on the true
Yeah.
side, not on the male or the female side. Both of y'all ass is fucking trash. Both of y'all ass doing degenerate shit.
Yo, shit. Yo, you right, man. Hey, P, I ain't even trying to argue with you, man. I ain't. You right. You right, man. Hey, I can't argue with you, right? Because that self-reflection is so important. People just don't understand. I don't know why, like, they so hurt to face accountability, man.
Yeah.
You know, and it stings a little bit, especially because, you know, when you put in time into an individual, you don't want to say, yo, I'm the bad person. You know what I'm saying? But just the fact when I let a female cross my boundaries habitually, it's at a certain point where it's no longer her. You got to look at you. She crossed my boundaries mad times, and I can keep on letting her do it. So how I'm gonna get bust upside the head and looking at the crowd like, help me? Nah, man, it's not like that. Like, people gotta face accountability and fight back and be like, yo, you know what? You're not gonna cross my boundaries. Do it again, and you out of here.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. And that's what I had to realize. That's why I just stopped. That's why I just stopped dating men altogether, right? And then when I decided to date women, and here's the thing: people think that I learned that my experience, or that me dating women, really made me come to the light. Actually, it wasn't me dating women that really brought me to the light of women, because I've only dated 4 women. Now check this out. 2 of the women that I dated, they were long distance. I can't even really consider those relationships because I'm in Houston, Texas. One was in Chicago, and the other one was in Minnesota. And I can't even consider it. I'm still saying I dated them, right? I'm with one. I've been with 2 years. Before her, I was with this chick for just a few months, 5 months. And that one was the fucking hellraiser, right? But if it would have just been contained to her, if that psychotic behavior was just contained to her, I could have just wrote it off as this bitch crazy. And I just could have moved on. But no, this woman's craziness rallied all the women on the fucking internet to attack me, infiltrating my groups, trying to be messy and all of that, fabricating a lie to turn people against me because she was jealous, right? And they tried to get my child taken from me. She came up with a lie and tried to get CPS involved in it, even though she knows this is a damn lie. And created, and the women resonated with what the fuck she was doing. The women. So it wasn't me dating the women. It was the women that act like they were supporting me that turned on me just like that with a lie. And they all rallied to try to support this lie. And they didn't give a fuck about my point of view. So what that taught me about women, women showed their wickedness. Women showed their evilness, right? And that is what really opened my eyes to women and made me realize that women didn't want no divinity. Women were actually the people that they was complaining about in terms of males. Because for me, my whole purpose was just to teach women, since they act like men running game on them. My point was to teach women, hey, you are responsible, but this is what males are. So they not lying to you no more. This is all on you. The reason that the women rallied like that when she did that, because I was holding them accountable. See, I was already holding the women accountable before they did that, because I had done wrote the book for you already. I done already showed you what it is. Now the ball is in your court and it's on you. The women did not like me pointing the finger at them and their choices. So when she did that, they felt like it was retribution for me holding them accountable. See, I told women had got mad at me. This is before all this shit happened. I did a video one time, and the guy, it's an incel, and he's on social media. He got a pretty big following over here on TikTok, and he's an incel. And I saw one of his videos, and I made a video. I did 2 different videos. One video I did about males who wanted to self-delete. And I was explaining to them the psychology behind those males wanting to self-delete. And I expressed having compassion for those males. And then I expressed having compassion for the incel. The women got mad at me. They got upset because I said that I had compassion for incels and males going through this stuff. Because I was already talking about the concept of love. And the women did not like that. They wanted a male bashing channel, but I was never a male bashing channel. I was just a truth speaker, speaking about the behavior and the psychological reasons behind why males approach you and all of the neurological shit. They thought it was a male bashing channel, but it was never a male bashing channel. It was always about elevating women to get to the divine feminine by taking accountability and responsibility for their desires and accepting males for who they are and stop falling for the game. Well, they could not get past the reality of the male. They got stuck there. And so when I had to turn it around on them, to show them their behaviors, they fucking went crazy on me. And that's why when old girl came out with that bullshit, they couldn't wait for that because they all wanted retribution for me holding them accountable.
See, that's what I like. When we are broken, we want something that match. We don't want something that's greater than. We want something that's equal to. You know what I'm saying? We want something that validates how we're feeling. Thus the saying, misery loves company. You know what I'm saying? So it's a crazy cycle. This is how people get caught in cycles. But me, now how I think, I'm a pattern breaker. I'm a cycle breaker. I'm not trying to continue this joint. Stuff that my moms did and my fathers did growing up and I didn't like, I learned from them negative aspects. And I was like, yo, don't want to be like that. Don't want to do that. Love you, Pops, but I ain't going to do that. I'm going to run my own route. That's why if somebody tell me, oh, man, you just like your brother Matt. And I'm like, yo, get up out of here. I ain't nothing like that dude. He don't even think in my universe. I'm in a whole different galaxy than this dude. Right. You know what I'm saying? So don't even insult me like that. But, you know, that's just Ah, man, P, man, you just don't understand, yo. But I think you are waking up people, and they're coming to their own light when they need to get there. Because that's what I had to learn too. Because I'm a truth seeker myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's another part on why I had to revisit your content as well.
Hmm.
But people, when they have to come at the fork in the road themselves and make the decision.
Right.
Nobody can't force the word on nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to fool somebody than it is to convince somebody that they are being fooled.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you gotta let people come to they role by themselves. And I had to understand that. That's what got me also thinking in the realms that I'm thinking now. And that's why I feel like I'm somewhere in your universe. I might be way out, but I'm somewhere in the universe. You know what I'm saying? I can still see your light and see and feel your warmth. So I do appreciate you, man. I ain't trying to hold up your panel, man. But
All
I
right.
could talk to you all day, yo.
I
I ain't
appreciate
even
that
gonna
though.
lie to you. No doubt, man. No doubt. You be safe out there. If I don't talk to you no more, man, enjoy your weekend and you be safe in your travels. Because I know it's going to be busy out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
No doubt. No doubt.
How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. What do you got for me?
What are you missing in life? I was thinking about health,
Hmm.
and I forgot what I wanted to say.
No problem. If you think about it, just come back a later time because I'm about to get ready to wind down here anyway.
Okay, yeah, because it's nighttime here and I doozled a little bit off.
Mhm.
So,
No problem.
sorry.
You have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. Hey, but listen. Life is good, right? Life is good, and you passed your PMP certification. Congratulations. Listen, that test is hard. That test is hard. So if you pass it, I know you study for it, right? Yeah, I got my PMP back in 2014. I didn't keep up with the credits thing though. So if I want it again, I got to go retake it. But hell, I got it, right? I got it. Was the CDL test hard? No. I got my hazmat, and I got a hazmat tanker, and with the CDL. So listen, if you study and you got a laser focus, you'll be able to pass these tests. You'll be able to pass these tests, no problem. All right. I never got the doubles. I never got the doubles. But yeah, I'm about to get ready to wind it down. But look, for those of y'all who are interested in the book has come in. I'm super excited about this book. It's, as you see, it's hardcover. As you see that it's hardcover. This is my concept called The Five Components of Love, The Mechanics of Transformation. I want you to know that love is a very, very deep concept. It is not what y'all think it is. And I just have to show you just how thick this book is. Okay? The book is not thick because we're talking about relationships. I need you to understand that. The greatest relationship that you could ever have is with yourself. The greatest relationship that you could ever have with somebody else is a friendship. Okay? Love is the true mechanics of how to transform yourself. If you want to be a better leader, if you want to be a better leader, this is the concept. This is the system. This is what you need. Because not only will this help you with yourself, this will help you understand other people and what other people are fighting against. If you don't understand why the people that you lead are failing into consistent patterns that you can't seem to help them get out of, why they won't meet their potential, this will help you understand them, which will help you be a better leader. When you are a better leader, it is because you are a better person yourself. Right? Love is not something that you develop between two people. That is the biggest lie that you've been told. If I have the first edition, will there be new material in it for me? You got the first edition. Let me ask you this question. Do you have any of these? Do you have any of these pictures in the first edition? I know you don't even have this in the second edition. I know you don't have this in the second edition, or the first edition, or the second edition. Okay? I know you don't. Neither of the other two editions are as long as this one. Right? There's so much more information in this particular version. There's so much more information in this particular version. I'm really proud of this book. I can't wait. I can't wait. And keep in mind that the other books that y'all got, the text ain't that small. This is the size of the text, right? That's the size of the text. The books that y'all have, the text is bigger. So this is much longer. This is much more information than the previous editions. If you want the copy of this book, go to the link tree in my bio. Go to the link tree in my bio and hit the pre-order. I just got these in today. So the pre-order link is still up. Go ahead and order on the pre-order link, and I'm going to start shipping these out next week. So I'm giving everybody an opportunity to go ahead and get in on this first shipment, which will go out, what's today? Wednesday. It'll go out next Wednesday. It'll go out next Wednesday on the first shipment. Right. That'll give me time to set up my label printer and all that good jazz. Right. Somebody had said earlier that it looked like I was slimming down. I think I'm slimming down too. I only need to lose about a good 10 pounds. I don't need to lose no more than 10 pounds. That's all. I guess more so is I like the way I need my clothes to fit better. Okay. I want my clothes to fit better. But other than that, that's what we working with. I'm super excited. And now I'm gonna go finish my other book, which will go with this one. The other book will go with this one. It's like a trilogy. It's almost like a trilogy. We got The Wire, we got this, and then 6 Pillars of Empowerment. Is there a code we need? No, you don't need a code. You don't need a code. All right, is there anything? Oh, yeah, let me show you. I think I'm doing really good in terms of weight loss, or at least not necessarily losing weight, but making sure that my muscle tone is right. See, I'm trying to get this all the way up here, all this looking good and everything. But yeah, I don't think I'm summer ready just yet. I just need to lose a good little 10 pounds and tone up my arms. Once my arms get toned the way I like it, then I'll be totally happy. But yeah. See, I've been thin my whole life though. So I done picked up a little weight, so I don't look the way I used to look in terms of thinness. So I got a little I got a little thickness around, and I ain't never really kind of like thickness like that. I kind of like more slimish look for my frame, for my particular frame. So it's just certain areas that I want to slim down. But yeah, next time I come on, we'll do a little master class. I'll show you, because I talked about the issue with non-binary and trans people. People who are trans and regretting it, the information that I have can help them. And the reason is because everything that I deal with is rooted in language first. If the language is off, it ain't gonna be right. As a matter of fact, I ain't gonna wait till next time. I'm gonna go ahead and do it right now. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. People need information. They really need understanding. And they lack this shit. And their lack of information, their lack of understanding is causing them problems. It's killing them. It's got them self-harming for no reason. Let me show you something. Okay, I think that's good. Of course, my little daughter. Look at that. That's cute, ain't it? She just like drawing stuff like that. Okay. Now here's the issue. Here's the issue with that non-binary, the LGBTQ people have it. Specifically, people who claim to be non-binary and those who claim to be trans. I will start, which one y'all want me to start with, trans or non-binary? Which one y'all want me to start with, trans or non-binary people? Non-binary, okay. In order to be non-binary, you have to be non-polarity. Thank you. In order to be non-binary, you have to be non-polarity. Okay. Life, existence, high, low, heaven, hell, right? Up, down. That's binary. 2 poles. Binary means 2 poles. 2 poles. Okay? Up, down. Now here's the thing about humans. Humans, everything is binary. Everything is binary. Masculine and feminine. Masculine and feminine, two poles. Up, down, left, right, masculine, feminine, heaven, hell, high, low. It's binary. Shh. Are y'all going outside? Okay. It's binary. That means let me show you something here. So you have this, I'm sorry, you got this, this, and this right here. I'm gonna move this out the way. These are dimensions. These right here are the dimensions of the human being. Human. Here is okay. All right. So you have heaven, hell, okay, and the mind right here. This is the 3D makeup of the human. Can we all agree? Can we all agree that humans are made up of body, mind, and soul? Yes or no? Body, mind, and soul. Can we agree that there is a binary of high and low, heaven and hell? Okay? High, low, heaven, hell, black, white, on, off. Okay. So high, low, heaven, hell, black, white, on, off is the binary. Masculine, feminine is the binary. So the body, if you are male, the body is masculine. If you are female, the body is feminine. That's 1D. That's 1D. The male has a small amount of feminine here, and the female has a small amount of masculinity here. This is a binary. But the mind is another dimension. 2D. The mind also has masculine and feminine. You can be a male with a more feminine dominant mind. What is feminine? Creativity. Right? Communication, soft skills, right? Finesse, right? What are you up there doing? What's she up there doing? Amaya! Stop with the ball! Then in the soul and spirit area, you also dealing with masculine and feminine up here. This is all within the human being. This is all within one human being. So if this is a male we talking about, get rid of the female here. Your body as a male is masculine dominant. Your body is mask. Just because your body is masculine as a male does not mean that you have a masculine dominant mind or soul. This is more dealing with your thinking patterns. Thinking. How you think. This is more dealing with your personality. This is personality. This is thinking. This is body. So a male could very well be feminine dominant because he's creative, he has soft skills, finesse, communication abilities. He could have a more masculine dominant personality. Well, when you add it all up together, he could be 59-41 mask. Or it could be 59-41 fem. Depending on how these show up. Social engineering does not create groupthink. Groupthink is something natural. Groupthink is something natural. You can't judge humans off of one dimension of their being. You can't judge humans off of one dimension of their being. So what I mean by a person not being actually non-binary, they're not saying, they're using the wrong terminology. You can't be non-binary. Everything is a binary. It's high, low, black, white, masculine, feminine, left, right, up, down. That is the binary. The dimensions are what they're saying, because you can't judge somebody just off of their body. Just because he's a male does not mean that he has to have certain character traits that you deem for a male, because he's also mind and he's also spirit. Okay? So what non-binary people are actually trying to say is that we're not one-dimensional. Non-monodimensional. Right? They could call themselves multidimensional, because that would be true. That would be very true. So this lack of understanding is what bleeds into the trans community. This very issue right here bleeds into the trans community. And I'll show you why. People are more than their body. They are mind and soul too. Okay? And if these personality traits in your thinking patterns are stronger than what your body say, you could be like me. I'm in a female vessel, but I have a masculine dominant thinking pattern, and my personality based on my astrology chart, based on my astrology, I'm masculine, right? So I'm a masculine female. It's not on you, it's in you, right? You can't change your makeup because you're more than your body. You're this and this too. And this is how you end up with so many varieties of people, even though they got the same biological design. Well, here's where we go in. Here's the problem with trans people. The problem with trans people It'll never be 50-50. It'll never be 50-50. Because you got three parts of you, right? There's three parts of you. But anyway, trans. The English language has been bastardized, and people have been mixing all the words up. So it used to be this whole trans thing. Trans is Latin for cross/opposite. The word trans is a Latin prefix that means cross or cross or opposite. Cis means same. We typically use this in chemistry when we talk about molecules, right? We talk about the position of certain groups like methyl groups or whatever on molecules. Like you might have something connected to something like that, and then you might have an R group here and a OH here and some shit like that, and you'll have a molecule that might look the same, right? And they'll be opposite. They will be opposite, right? Something that look like that. And they'll call this, they might call this cis or trans or something like that. It's something that they use. This is how they do it in chemistry or whatever. So it's about where these groups are and how they end up on, the position or whatever, right? These are terms that mean something, okay? So cis means the same, trans means cross or opposite. Well, here's the issue with the trans thing. Trans actually got three words that's connected to it. Are y'all still following me? Trans got three words that's connected to it. But what the actual community did was homogenize all the words, which created a bunch of confusion. All three of these words mean something different. All three of these words mean something different. Transsexual. The word sexual means genitals. It denotes your genitalia. This means opposite. So when you see the word transsexual, this is somebody who has the opposite genitals from their birth assignment. So they went and got surgery to change their genitals. That's what a transsexual is. A transvestite, this means dress. It's Latin for dress. So this means cross dresser. So what is transgender? If this is opposite genitalia and this is cross-dressing, then what is transgender? Transgender is not the same as either one of those. It's not the same. What is gender? What is gender though? See, gender and sex is not the same thing. Sex and gender is not the same thing. See, this is based on gonads, okay? This is based on energy, masculine and feminine. This is based on genitalia, and this is based on masculine and feminine. Masculine and feminine don't mean male and female. Sex means male and female. Gender does not mean male and female. So what I'm about to show you is where all the shit got mixed up in and why transgenders are having a problem. Because what did I just show you over here? I just showed you that non-binary, I'm gonna make this clearer because it looks a mess. This is soul, sad spirit, mind, body. A person is made up of three, at three dimensions, mind, body, and soul. But they were born in a, let's say, female vessel. They were born in a female vessel, which would make their body fem. Their body fem. But their mind, they have a thinking pattern that's more masculine dominant. And their personality, which is dictated by this up here, personality, is also masculine dominant. This is what will make a female feel like she is a male trapped in a female body. But here's the problem. Here's the problem. Because society has disregarded the existence of the mind and the soul dynamic. Society has ignored the existence of the mind and the soul dynamic and trapped a person totally in the body and defines a person by their body alone. Let me explain transgender. Gender is masculine and feminine. When a person comes out as female by sex, society has already assigned them a gender. Since you came out female, we're going to assign you the gender of feminine. And with feminine comes a box of expectations. In the feminine box, we got the color pink, we got Barbie dolls, kitchen, ponytails, right? And everything else that come with that, right? That's what society says that come with the female box. For the boy box, for the masculine box, they got sports, G.I. Joe, cars, climbing trees, all that. And the color blue. The color blue. This is supposed to be the little boy box, mascot box. Well, what ends up happening, this is what society do to people. When the female comes out and naturally chooses to align with this box over here, when they decide to align with this box over here that society say is for boys, what does society call this woman? What does society call this female? What does society call this female who comes out and aligns with the box for boys? She liked to play sports, climb trees. They call her a what? Tomboy. They label her a boy, some type of boy. They label her some type of boy, which would make her what? Which would make her technically what? What did I tell you? What did I tell you gender is? Gender is masculine and feminine. If she comes out and aligns with the masculine box, what does trans mean? Trans means opposite. Gender, she chose the box, the masculine box, which would mean opposite gender, which would be transgender. You do not have to be a transsexual to be a transgender. You don't have to be a transsexual to be a transgender, because a transsexual will change their genitals. Don't come in here disrespecting me. Is your mama coming out? Did you find your daddy bent over a balcony? Don't play with me. You don't have to be a transsexual to be a transgender. Okay? And you also don't have to be a cross-dresser to be a transsexual. Here's the thing. This is the reason why this is important. Because they're telling you how many people are upset about men dressing up as women, going into the women's bathroom and claiming to be transgender. If you understood the difference between these terminologies, you could easily realize that a transvestite is just a crossdresser. If you kept the terminology of cross-dressing and not collapse it and falsely assign it to a transgender, you would say that is not a quote-unquote transgender. That is a cross-dresser. That is a cross-dresser. Right? Transgenders would not go and mutilate their bodies and get hormones to look like the other sex if they understood that they were multidimensional. If they understood that you are multidimensional and you don't have to adapt your body to look like what society labels you as, then people wouldn't go mutilate themselves if they could accept the fact that they are multi-dimensional people with the expression of masculine and feminine in 3 dimensions. There's nothing wrong with the people. They're not in the wrong bodies. They're not in the wrong bodies. But because they don't understand this, and society has stripped their soul and their mind down and trapped them in the body, these people think that they have to go change their bodies to align with what their soul and their mind is projected. So now they come in and collapse these terms and create a false term of transgender that blurs the lines between transsexuals and transvestites and got these people thinking that they got to go change, take hormones to align with society's body trap. They don't have to do that. They don't have to do that. But it's because they don't understand language and they don't understand how humans are actually made. You got people regretting the damage that they've done to their bodies. You have people regretting the damage that they've done to their bodies because a true transgender is somebody who naturally exudes the opposite characteristic personality traits. A female does not have to like girly shit. A female does not have to come out of the womb wanting to play with baby dolls. She can naturally come out wanting to climb trees and wanting to play sports. But what society calls her is a boy. Society keeps telling her, you're a boy, you're a boy, you're a tomboy. So in her mind, she thinks she a boy because society keep calling her some type of boy. So now she grows up and thinks that she's in the wrong body. When I was a kid, and y'all do this shit to me now, ever since I can remember since I was 4 years old, everybody kept saying that I should have been the boy. I should have been, Priscilla should have been born a boy. Right? Today, people want to keep saying, you a man. If I did not have my own mind, society would have convinced me that I was a man trapped in a woman's body. You would be successful in convincing me that I'm a male, a repressed male trapped in a woman's body, and I just need to come out. But because I got sense and I got understanding, I know ain't shit wrong with me. I know that I'm expressing the multidimensional aspect of who I am. I know that I'm more than just a physical vessel. I'm mind and soul too. And my mind and soul is being projected through my feminine vessel. But the other people who don't have the knowledge are being tricked and told that they are trapped in the opposite body. And now they're going to mutilate themselves and they're regretting it. They're regretting it. Because a tomboy is a transgender. A tomboy is the definition of transgender. And guess what? A tomboy don't have to do nothing but exist. Exist. And just like things that are not naturally associated with girliness. There's nothing wrong with her. You're not trapped in the wrong body. You just who you are. You just who you are. So We have a language problem in the world. We have an understanding problem of people's humanity. What makes you human is your mind and your soul. Your body make you an animal. Your body makes you an animal. Your mind and soul makes you human. It makes you a person. All is mind. And how people express themselves from the neck up is who they really are. How people express themselves from the neck up authentically is who they are. And you are not trapped in the wrong body. And so I just need to get to people who are suffering from being misled to taking hormones and taking all of this stuff to try to appease people in society. Anybody that's trying to trap you in the body is trying to trap you in hell. The flesh is carnal. This is the prison. And a person that is trying to trap you and define you by the body is trying to keep you in prison. Your mind is where you will free yourself. And you have aspects, you have dimensionality within your mind and soul that you have to tap into. You are more than this body. The body does not define you. Right? If you all are interested in getting my book, The 5 Components of Love, which is the mechanics of transformation, if you are interested in getting that, make sure you go to the link tree in my bio and grab your copy. The first shipments will go out next Wednesday, and I will sign copies live for those who purchase, okay? There's a lot that you got to learn. It's a lot that you have to learn in this life. And the more you learn, the more you can free yourself from misery, from pain and suffering. Knowledge is the key. Knowledge is the power. All right. So anyway, that's all I got for you today. Okay. Hopefully you enjoyed the conversation today. What about those? How do you explain it? Explain what? Right? You got me with a question. What? Explain what? Anyway, all right. Well, the link is still not working. I don't know why it's not working, but I need to go. What I do is I need to put it on the website, make sure that the website got it. Okay. All right. And make sure you check, make sure if you have a VPN, check that VPN too, if you got a VPN on there, because VPN typically block it too. So just let me know. I'm going to try to get that fixed. Okay. All right. I'll try to get that fixed. All right. Bye.